Hi, I'm Laura Waage, and on this week's episode of the Perfecting Pinterest Show, we're going to look at a tool and resource that can help you to find relevant content anywhere on the web to pin to your account. We're going to look at a Pinterest marketing strategy that will help establish you as the go-to person in your niche. We're going to answer a viewer's question about how to have multiple accounts on Pinterest. And we're going to review a brand that's doing Pinterest right so that you can see what they're doing and duplicate it in your Pinterest marketing efforts. All that and more coming up on this week's episode of the Perfecting Pinterest Show. When using Pinterest for business, it's really important to be strategic with the content that you pin. But what's the best way to find content that will be relevant to your niche? Well, this week's Tool of the Week is an incredible resource that will help you to find the content that you need. It's called Curation Soft. Now, there's two different versions. There's a paid and a free. And there are some additional bells and whistles that you get with the paid version, especially if you have a blog that you want to be able to curate content for as well. But for the purpose of just finding content for Pinterest, the free version is more than sufficient. To get started, you're just going to click on the button that says download, and you're going to follow the instructions to download the application. Once you've downloaded it, Curation Soft will add an icon to your desktop so that you can double-click to open up and sign in. Let's go ahead and sign in so that you can see what it looks like. This is a really easy tool to use. All you're going to do is enter the keyword that you want to search on and then click Go. Now, if you have the paid version, you'll also notice that there's several different places that you can search. But even if you just have the free, then Google Blog Search will give you more than enough results for your niche. As an example, let's say that our niche is dog training and we want to find some content to be able to pin. We can enter the phrase dog training, click Go, and then Curation Soft will give you links to all the different relevant content available. From here, you can click directly on any one of these links. The article will open up in your browser. You'll see any pictures that they have embedded in the article if you wish to pin them. Or you can create your own pin using a tool like Jing, which we covered in episode 3, to be able to create relevant, valuable content for your niche, further establishing you as the go-to person for your target market. With Curation Soft's simple interface, finding great content for your Pinterest board will never be a challenge. Go to perfectpinning.com/curation, download the free version, and enjoy the many benefits that this awesome curation software has waiting for you. This week's Pinterest marketing tip of the week is to establish yourself as an expert and the go-to person in your niche by curating all your content. Now, content curation is not new. In fact, the Reader's Digest magazine was originally built on that concept of curated content from other sources. Reader's Digest took that philosophy from print to their website, making their website an excellent example of curated content. Now, websites and blogs have done this for years. Here's the Drudge Report, which has been around for a long time, and as you can see, it's not one of the most attractive websites. However, it gets over 500,000 visits a day because of the phenomenal job that they've done in curating content. So how can you apply this to Pinterest? Well, by creating a niche-specific board, in this case, the one that we're looking at is one about business-to-business marketing, and then filling that board with content that you did not actually create yourself, but that is relevant to your specific niche and that you found and then shared so that everybody can come to rely on you as the go-to person for the best information in your particular industry. So what's the easiest way to curate content? That's right, use this week's Tool of the Week, Curation Soft, to find the content that's going to establish you as the go-to person and the expert in your particular niche. Now, when you start combining tools and you use something like CurationSoft to find the content, and then you use something like Pingraphy, which we covered in episode 1, to schedule that content so that it regularly hits your Pinterest account, the combination of the two will attract more followers before you even know it, establishing you as that go-to person. This week's question of the week comes from Suzanne in San Francisco. She writes, I want to keep my personal and business accounts separate. How can I set up and manage multiple accounts? Well, this is a great question and one that comes up frequently because a lot of people don't realize the flexibility they actually have to do this. Let's bounce over to Pinterest and check it out. Now, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you log out of your personal Pinterest profile. So you just hover over your name and click Log Out. Now, once you're ready to set up the business account, now you're going to click on the link that says Join Pinterest. But rather than logging in with Facebook or Twitter, which you likely did when you originally connected Pinterest, this time you're going to sign up with an email address. So you just click the link to sign up with your email address. Now here's the trick. You cannot use the same email address that you used on the original account. So the only thing that you need to do to be able to have multiple Pinterest accounts is to have multiple emails. Now, whether you already have multiple emails or if you need to set up additional emails, that process is very simple. In a matter of seconds, you can set up a Gmail account for free and be able to create an additional Pinterest account that would be separated from your personal. Just keep in mind that one of the benefits of connecting with Facebook is the ability to follow friends on Pinterest who are also on Facebook, so you're going to lose that. But there are several other follow strategies that you can use to be able to grow the number of followers that you have on your business Pinterest page, even if it's not connected to Facebook. If you want to learn more about follow strategies, be sure to check out the tools, resources, and articles at perfectpinning.com. The Pinterest brand of the week is the Golden State Warriors. Now, the first thing that you'll probably notice is the fantastic job that they did with keeping their brand colors front and center on the first row of their boards. It's a very clean-cut approach that also boasts the team spirit. You'll also see that rather than focusing on the traditional male demographic or simply just boasting who they are as a team and what their history is, they use the first row of boards to be able to position something for everyone. The first board is all about merchandise for women, the second one for men, the third one has their jerseys, the fourth one is all about merchandise for children, the fifth one is odds and ends accessories that you can get, and the last one is headwear. Now remember, your first row of boards is your first impression on Pinterest, so you always want to put your best foot forward. And the Golden State Warriors have done a phenomenal job of that with their Pinterest presence. If we scroll down, you'll see that they do have other boards that get into the team, the history of the team, and share a lot more of their journey, but they didn't make the top row about them. But all of this comes after that first impression was made. In addition, they've also done a great job of setting their boards up in categories. You can see that there's an entire board dedicated to videos, another dedicated to warrior pictures that were found on Instagram, and several other awesome examples for you to follow. The Warriors are doing Pinterest right, so be sure to bounce over to their account, check it out in a little bit more detail, and see what you can adopt and apply to your Pinterest presence. Well, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have a question that you'd like to see answered on a future show, be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Check back next week when we'll have more tools, tips, and strategies to help you make your Pinterest marketing stick. Shine bright and happy pinning!